Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com and welcome to my kitchen. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm excited to be here as always to bring you another fabulous Instapot pressure cooking recipe on a live demo. So as we're getting started and we wait for people to jump on, I'm going to go ahead and just drop some links in the comments so that you guys have access to the recipe that we're doing today. As we're waiting for just a minute for people to get on. So welcome each of you. We're going to be doing 2 recipes today, and let's see if those will pop up. All right, I'm seeing a few people hopping on. Please say hello. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. I really need to know that you can hear me and that we've got all of our technology into place. Hey, Eileen. Eileen's from Washington. Great to see you, Eileen. It's always good to see such familiar faces. Seriously, I need that today. So it's good to see that people are hopping on. I didn't even pull it up on my phone. I like to do that sometimes just to make sure that we are good and going. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing more people. Okay, I'm going to say we're good. All right. Gail's even on. Gail is with the Instapot 101 for beginners group. So welcome to the Instapot 101 family. Of course, we've invited you back over to my page. We've got a lot of people here. Amy's here as well. Peggy, hello. Timothy, hello. You've been on a few times. Carol Ann, wonderful to see you back. So many of you. Please say hello. Tell me where you're from. Say hi, all that kind of good stuff. And those that are on right now, please give this video a thumbs up. Just right now, smash the thumbs up, give it a heart. Let Facebook know that it is worthy content because I appreciate it. Also, take a minute, follow my page. Follow my Devour Dinner page so that you'll know when I go live and share more content. I certainly appreciate it. It's something simple that you guys can do. But let's get started. We've got a bunch of you on, and you're here to get a recipe. So this week is Valentine's Day, and there's lots of celebration that goes on. And of course, it's so fun to go out to eat, but it's also fun to dine in. So I thought, why not do kind of a fun dinner that you can do for your family or your special someone right at home. So today we're going to be making some Tuscan chicken pasta. It's fabulous. It has sun-dried tomatoes with spinach in a creamy, delicious sauce. Like, it's so good, you guys. So I'm excited to, you guys, your comments are killing me. I love it. I'm excited to have you guys here. There's so many that just popped on. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up right now. Just give it a thumbs up, and please follow my page, Devour Dinner, here on Facebook. I just so appreciate it. Last week, you guys had record watches, record times, minutes length watches, record shares. You guys shared the video so many times. I was giddy. So all of you who did that last week, oh my gosh, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. That was so awesome last week with the Super Bowl and the fun Super Bowl party. And I do this because of each of you. And you guys come back week after week. So this is all for you guys. This is my love to each one of you. So let's get going. The first thing we're going to do, probably should have started this, is I'm going to turn the pressure cooker, I'm using the Instapot over here, onto saute. We want to get that heating up. As it's heating up, it will read hot. Okay? And it'll take a minute to read hot. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to be making this Tuscan chicken pasta. So the ingredients that we're using are some penne pasta. We're using some onion, some fresh spinach that I have washed, sun-dried tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, some whipping cream, chicken broth, salt and pepper, and some cream cheese, and of course chicken. So I'm just going to cube up my chicken really fast while we're talking here. And I'm going to try to look at some of these comments and give some shout outs. Oh my gosh, Sammy just said, we got 10 inches of snow today. Sammy, where are you from? Okay, that's absurd. Gail has dropped the link again. Gail and Amy, thank you so much for your help and support while I do these lives and answering questions. I really appreciate it. Of course, the Instapot 101 family is fabulous that way. They're so helpful, and I just so appreciate it. So thank you, thank you. Hello, Dee. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lynn. Carol Ann shared. I love it. Gail shared. It means so much when you guys share. I can't even tell you what that does. For any of you that wonder, bloggers, how we make money, is for traffic to our website. When you click the links and you go to the website, that's how we make money. And that's what allows me to do these lives and to come and share this knowledge for each of you. And so the more people that see the content, the more people that make it to my page. And that's something simple you guys can do for not only myself, but any blogger. So if you guys are ever doing a recipe and you love it and you take a picture with your cell phone, make sure to post that picture and use the link from whatever recipe you used. Share it back into the 101 group. Share it into the other Facebook groups that you're a part of. Let me tell you, those bloggers will be giddy if you will do that. So all of you that are sharing, I'm seeing that popped up. Thank you, thank you. I want to see records again. Seriously, last week I just about cried. And I'm not a crier, you guys. So what I'm doing here with the chicken is I am just cutting it up into bite-sized pieces. I am wearing some gloves today just to keep things clean and nice because, of course, I don't want my hands all covered. I am trimming off any of the little bits of fat as part of it. And as soon as this starts reading hot, we're going to put in some olive oil, and I'm going to put in some diced onions that I've made. So those are ready. Is we reading hot yet? Not quite. So when it reads hot, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in, and then I'm going to add some diced onions that I've already diced into our Instapot, and we're just going to get those softening up to be a little bit tender. And then I will add in the chicken. I'm going to add salt and pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of it right now. You guys know I love Redmond salt. It is a shameless plug, but I'll tell you what, it makes such a difference. This is also Redmond pepper as well. Love them both. And we're going to get this all cooked up. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to read some questions here. And I think my water bottle is missing. Darn it. If I start getting a little raspy, you guys, I apologize now. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the top here on all these comments so I don't miss anyone. Melissa says, I finally got you live. Hello, Melissa from Colorado. I love it. I love when you guys can watch live so you can ask questions in real time and get those answers. These lives that I do, bring your questions. Even if it's not on the recipe that I'm working on, bring your questions. I'm happy to answer them. Andrea, yay, I finally made it to the live. Welcome, Andrea. Carol is from Virginia. Shelly, hello, Shelly, from the Instapot Recipes group. Wonderful to have you. Francine, hello. Andrea, finally made it to the live. Peggy shared it. Patty is from Denver. Welcome, welcome. Ricky, hello, Ricky. He's from Tennessee. Hey, I've been to Tennessee once. The Smoky Mountains in Tennessee are stunning, stunning. If you guys ever get to that neck of the woods, go to the Smoky Mountains. Like, they're beautiful. I went four-wheeling through the Smoky Mountains and took a helicopter ride over the Smoky Mountains. They're just stunning, gorgeous. Tony, hi, Tony. Sammy's from Wisconsin. Christine from Ohio. You guys are fabulous. Hey, Zach. Zach says, hey, love the t-shirt, Rebecca. This recipe sounds delicious. Well, thanks, Zach, for noticing the t-shirt. Some new swag that's been kind of fun. So thank you for noticing. Zach, you'll love this recipe. This is right up your alley to do. All right, so I'm just putting a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to throw some onions in there. You guys can hear that sizzle. Stir it around, and I'm going to move this pressure cooker to come into the main area so we can do top down. I know you guys love my different camera angles. That's kind of the fun of all this, isn't it? Let's see, which camera do I have where? There we go. Oh, let's pull it this way. There we go. It's a little cockeyed. Let's see if we can straighten it out. There we go. So we're just going to saute up these onions and let them soften up for a minute. Get them to soften. And it'll only take a couple of minutes, okay? And really it's just to get them to start sweating a little bit and breaking down, because of course when we cook the chicken, they're gonna get cooked up more, but I like them to just kind of break down and get some of those flavorings to release so that they can just flavor everything up. Super yummy all the way around. So for those of you in this recipe today, the chicken Tuscan pasta, brand new recipe to my site. I added that, I think, Friday. It is a one-pot meal, which I love, and it's so quick and easy. So in this recipe, the ingredients are some diced onion, some diced chicken. I use about 1 pound of chicken breast. We're going to be using about 8 ounces of penne pasta, 4 ounces of cream cheese, about a half of a cup of sun-dried tomatoes, about a whole cup or more of fresh spinach, along with a cup of whipping cream, some garlic, and of course some Parmesan. And that's the recipe. Super easy that way. All right, we are going to add the chicken. And we're just going to kind of stir it around so it gets kind of on the bottom there. And we're going to get this out of sight. Now, here's a fun fact. You guys like fun facts? For this recipe, I'm using chicken breast. But let's say you had chicken tenders and you had frozen chicken tenders in your freezer and wanted to use them. You totally can with this recipe. Chicken tenders are small enough and thin enough that you could put your chicken tenders right on top of the pasta when they're frozen and cook the same way, and you would be just fine. So that's just a little fun fact to help you speed up your process if you're ever needing it. I'm also going to add a little bit of crushed garlic. You guys know I love garlic. Another fun fact. Did you guys know that in the summertime when there's mosquitoes, if you eat a lot of garlic or you take a garlic capsule, that it helps repel mosquitoes? Really works. The garlic pills are a little much for me sometimes, so I beef up on eating fresh garlic. Now, the reason why we saute our chicken, this is a question I get asked. Why not just put the chicken in and let it cook? If we took all of that diced chicken and we just threw it in, it would be clumped in a big mass. And unfortunately, it's not going to be able to cook in the amount of time that we have specified with the recipe. So by taking a minute and just sauteing it so that it's no longer pink, then it keeps the chicken all broken up. And then the rest of the chicken will cook the rest of the way through during the process of cooking our pasta. So it's super simple that way. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this pressure cooker on to saute as well, because we're going to start recipe number 2 here as soon as we get the lid on this one. You guys want to see top down? Let's go top down. There you go. So you can see there's still some pink in the chicken, so we're going to saute it just a little bit more. We're going to come back and say hello. Oh my gosh, you guys. There's over 350 of you watching right now. You guys make my day when this happens. So all of you right now, press like on this video. Like, give it a thumbs up, give it a heart, press that. I would so appreciate it. Please follow my page as well, Devour Dinner here on Facebook. You can actually find me at Devour Dinner on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest as well. And of course, my URL is devourdinner.com. If you want my weekly newsletter so that you know what recipes I'm doing on my demo, you can sign up on devourdinner.com for those recipes and that newsletter that comes out just once a week. Not a big deal, but please, please, please smash that like button. I so appreciate it. All right, let's go back to some questions. Heather, hello. Cheryl from New Jersey. Susan from San Antonio. Let's see, Lynn, Lisa, D. I love when I see all these shares. You guys are killing me. Carol Ann, we love you. You know what? I love all of you guys coming back week after week and spending your Sundays with me. It really means so, so much. Connie says, very helpful show. Thank you, Connie. I aim to help to give you guys as much information as I can, teach you about your pressure cookers. We'll even do here in a minute, I'll even show you how to take your seal out. You need to take that seal out every time you're doing a recipe to wash and clean it. Let's see. Yvonne from Oklahoma. So many of you. You guys. Hello from Wisconsin. Shelly says she's from Gatlinburg, God's country. It's beautiful. Juanita is from Northern California. Juanita says, what you cooking? Today I'm cooking the Tuscan chicken pasta. It's a one-pot meal right now in the pot. We've got our chicken and our onion sauteing. It looks like our chicken is now done. No more pink. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to add in we're going to add in some chicken broth first. So the recipe calls for about 1.5 cups of chicken broth. But remember, we might have some things stuck to the bottom, so we want to make sure we deglaze the bottom of the pot. This is something you do in a lot of recipes to lift up anything after you've sauteed that might be stuck, because if it's stuck to the bottom, then you might get a burn notice, and you don't want that. So you take a little bit of thin liquid like broth. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the saute so the heat is stopping from the bottom, and I'm just going to pour a little bit in, and I'm just going to use this wooden spatula and just kind of scrape the bottom to make sure that nothing is stuck. Okay? So super, super easy that way. And once you've made sure that nothing is stuck, then you can go ahead and add your pasta in. I like to spread it around. Let's make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I like to spread it around. We're going to add the rest of our chicken broth to the top. And then we're going to add about 1 cup of whipping cream. And we're going to pour that right on top. Now we're not going to stir. Okay? The reason that we're not going to stir this is because we need that thin liquid to stay thin, to boil, create steam, so it can seal the pot. So I'm going to go ahead, put our lid on. We're going to close it up, and I'm going to set it. So for this recipe, it's going to cook for 5 minutes. So we're going to press pressure cook, and we're going to adjust the plus and minus keys to 5 minutes. There we go. And it's going to read on as soon as it'll beep at us. And when it beeps at us, what it's telling us is that it's accepted the settings and it's going to start processing. So now that bottom element is going to turn on so that things can start heating up underneath, and it'll come and bring it to pressure. Remember, you always want to take your pressure valve and close it in the back. Super important for all of you who are new pressure cookers out there, new Instapot, new Mealthy MultiPot, new Ninja, new whatever. This is supposed to be wobbly. It just is. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be. So don't panic. It's just what it is. All right. Let's do super fast. Do you guys want to do something super fast? Let's see. Here's a brand new lid with a brand new seal. You guys see me do this a lot, and I can do it one-handed with my seals that I've used a lot. But I want to show you how to put this ring in and out because it is so important that you clean this between every time or you're going to get bacteria underneath it. It's silicone. It's not going to stretch. So you just grab it with your fingers and you just pull it out. Okay? And in your lid, there's a metal ring that goes all the way around. Let's go top down so I can show you that ring. See that metal ring? So your silicone ring, to put it back in, I just like to set it on top. And then I just work in one spot and I tuck it down. And then I'll just go all the way around till I get back to the beginning. And it's kind of hard the first time, but it'll kind of snap into place. Okay? And as long as you can see the ring and the silicone on both sides, you're good to go. That's as simple as it is. But you do want to make sure that you can see the ring and the silicone on both sides, and you're good. Okay, next recipe. Are you ready? This recipe is my Valentine dipped Oreo recipe. And I believe I've already put it in the comments. But if not, I'm going to just drop it again so that you guys have it. Let me tell you about this recipe. This recipe has been one of my #1 recipes all year long. It is adorable. It is so cute. And it goes wild on Pinterest all the time. And I thought, well, why not? Why not show it to you guys and let you see another hack that you can do with your pressure cooker? So I have this on saute, and I have about 3 cups of water in this multi-pot. This is the multi-pot 2.0. It's the brand new multi-pot from Mealthy that I'm using. And I've got it on saute, and you might be able to see a little bit of steam is going on, right? Now let me grab my other ingredients for this. So for this recipe, we're going to use some of the candy wafer melts. I do like Wilton. This is not a paid sponsored, but this is really what I use a lot. And then you're going to use any kind of little holiday sprinkles, okay? So we're going to take a glass bowl that is larger than the opening of your pressure cooker, okay? And you just set the bowl on top. And then we're just going to open the bag and dump it in. Now what's going to happen is this is a double boiler. So the steam from below is going to heat the glass up, which is in turn going to melt those wafers. We'll stir the wafers and it'll melt perfectly right in front of us. So it does take a minute or two for that process to happen. And then today I'm going to dip some double stuffed Oreos and some lemon Oreos. And of course you could do this with any cookie you want. We do like the double stuff just because it's a nice balance between the candy coating and the chocolate wafer and the filling. We just really like that. We'll get some of these out and open. Put that off to the side. And we're good to go. All right, I know I have more questions going on out there. For those of you just jumping on again, I am Rebecca from DevourDinner.com, and welcome. I am tickled every week. This channel is growing. There's so many new faces. My Sunday lives are so important to me because I get to spend it with each of you. And because of you, I get to do what I'm doing, which is super humbling that you guys come back week after week. I appreciate so much when you share my videos, you share my content with your friends and your family. I don't just say that. I know you hear it from a lot of social media, but it really makes a difference. It allows me to work and to do this. And I am just forever grateful when you'll take that time because you have the confidence in me and what I'm doing. And so thank you. Last week, the live had record numbers of shares. It was phenomenal, you guys. Oh my gosh, I was tickled. I was so tickled and I was giddy. The whole Super Bowl, even though my team lost, it was so much fun. So if you're on right now, please give this video a thumbs up, give it a heart. Just show me some love that way, and I sure appreciate it. And please don't hesitate to follow my Devour Dinner page. Just click that follow and like button right on my page too. All right. Let me get out another spatula. All right, I'll bring this over so you can see it top down as well. But when I dip Oreos, I dip just half of the Oreo. I find it's just super fast and easy. It's also less messy. So I'm able to hold it with 2 fingers, dip it in, kind of shake it off, and set it on a cookie sheet. I do use, these are fabulous, by the way. I think Reynolds makes them, and they come in a box, and they're folded in half, and they just fit perfectly on a cookie sheet. But it's parchment paper. I love it. Like, I'm sure it's more expensive, but the fact that it just lays flat is gold to me. So I like that because it's so easy. All right, what questions do you guys have? Carrie says, yay, I found you live. I'm so ready to learn and use my Instapot. I'm petrified to use it. Oh my gosh, Carrie, listen, you're not alone. You're really not alone. So many people are so scared to use their pressure cookers. So you've come to the right place. Come and watch these lives. You can always pause them on the replay and you can make these recipes right along with me, which is kind of fun. Or you can come and ask your questions for any recipe. I don't care if it's mine or not. I'm going to help you get accustomed to your pressure cooker so that you love it the way I love it. So welcome, welcome. I can't even say that enough. Peggy says, Rebecca is awesome. I'm learning too. Peggy has been with me for a couple of months now, I think. And Peggy and so many of my followers you'll see on here who make comments, they're so welcoming and they'll help answer questions when I can't get to them as well, which I just love. All right, this is now sealed. So in just a minute, we will have a 5-minute cook time. Our wafers over here are melting up. So they're doing pretty good as well. They're getting there. Now these dipped wafers, just a little tidbit, they can be made for any holiday. You guys saw I made them last week for the Super Bowl, and I did them in the colors of the players, the different teams, to cheer them on. They could be for like a baby shower or for a wedding or anything that you want just for fun. I'll tell you what, my teenage son, my 15-year-old, he loves when he hears I'm dipping Oreos. He doesn't care what holiday, he doesn't care what color, but he loves it. So do something fun for your family or your friends or your neighbors and dip some Oreos because I guarantee you it will make them smile. And who doesn't need a little smile in their life, right? It's just kind of a fun thing. Oh my gosh, Candy's a first timer. Hey, everybody say hi to Candy. I know we have tons of first timers on here, and so many of you don't say hi. So huge shout out to all you first timers. I hope you'll come back week after week. I do go live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Pacific, every Sunday with a new recipe. So it's super fun. All right, let's readjust and get this pressure cooker in the right place so that you guys can see what I'm doing. How's that? You know, my new studio is fabulous, but I'll tell you what, I could have a counter a mile long and probably still fill it up with stuff. So it kind of cracks me up. I do love the new studio. If you guys are new to following me, this studio is new as of January, the first Sunday in January. And it has just been so fun to have and use and come live to you. You guys can have a better view of everything, so it's super fun. All right, I think we're centered. Let's see where we're at. Here we go. Can you guys see this? So you see all the chips have now melted. All right. And I'm just going to, quick and easy, I dip it halfway, shake it off, and I'll just set it down. Now I like to do a bunch before I add the sprinkles. And you see how fast these go. Like, this is just not a hard little treat. to put into play. We're going to do some lemon ones as well. Let's go. You want to see my face again? I tend to stop talking when you guys can't see my face. I don't know why. It's just kind of crazy. But you can see how fast these really go. And the reason why I like to wait just a minute before putting the sprinkles on is because the candy coating is so hot that I feel like the sprinkles tend to slide off a little bit. And I like to use the sprinkles that have a little bit more weight to them, not just the little candy coated sugar or the jimmies. I like to use fun stuff. So I like to wait just a minute before adding it so they don't all slide off. And I'm going to do some like the picture, if you guys have seen on my website, if you followed the link. And I'm going to do some with this other mix that has some jimmies. It has some pearl balls. It has little hearts. It's just super fun. All right, let's get another row in there. Let's see if I can answer questions. Carol Ann, you're awesome. You're welcoming people left and right. You guys, we still have a ton of people on. If you're just joining on, you guys, I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. I go live every Sunday with a different Instapot pressure cooker recipe to help teach you guys how to use your pressure cookers. I'm here to answer your questions, give you fun tips, share some amazing family recipes, and you get to know a little bit about me in the process, which is kind of fun too. If you haven't already, please like this video, you guys. I so appreciate it. And if you find it in your heart to share the video, you'll see me jumping for joy. So I just love if you'll like this video. It's super helpful for me all the way around. And don't hesitate, all of you newcomers, ask questions. There is no silly question. I've heard them all. And I'm happy to answer the same question over and over because for you, it's the first time. And everybody has to learn somewhere. So you just ask away. All right, let's do one more row. Uh-oh, that one broke. We're going to time this right. Now, I like to let my cookies set up either in the fridge or the freezer before eating. So these ones right here, I might be able to pick one up. By the time the live is done, we'll just have to see. All right, now I'm going to do the same fun, like it's confetti hearts in all these colors, which are honestly my favorite. I could not find these for the longest time, but I just love how they look. I think they're so festive and so cute. They make me smile. I hope they make you guys smile. Okay, this pressure cooker with our Tuscan chicken has now beeped. The recipe calls for a 4-minute natural pressure release for those of you who are new to the pressure cooking world. Okay, you're going to get my undivided attention here. Every recipe will tell you if you need to have a natural pressure release or a quick release or an intermittent release. So you're going to want to pay attention to that. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. In this recipe, it calls for a 4-minute natural pressure release, which means we do nothing for 4 minutes. And we're going to watch the timer over here. When the recipe's cooking, the numbers count down in time. When it's done cooking and it beeps at us, the numbers count up in time. and that's how we tell the difference. So you always wait to listen for that beep, and then you'll know what to do. We want to let everything inside settle a little bit. So if you guys, I know you've done this, you've cooked pasta on the stove, and when you cook pasta on the stove, sometimes it boils over, right? It's happened to all of us. Well, think about the starches from the pasta inside of the pressure cooker and what happens. Those same starches are billowing up. And if we open that pressure valve right now, what would happen is we would get all of that starch spitting out. I don't want that. You don't want that. Your cabinets and your floor doesn't want that, or your ceiling. So if we wait a few minutes and let those starches settle down, then when we open the pressure valve and let that steam come out, it doesn't spit off everywhere, okay? So that's why we're letting it have just a little bit of time to change. In the meantime, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way so that we have some space. And we're going to push this off to the side. I want to show you these super quickly. Can you see them from there? I'm going to give you top down super fast. There you go. Let's get right up and personal. See how cute and how fun those are? Like, those are just so dang fun. Now, like I said, these will need some time to cool and to set. So you can throw them in your fridge. You can throw them in your deep freeze. For me, it's probably only like 28 degrees outside. So I'll probably just set them outside, or I'll set them in the garage where it's cold to set up. And then they'll be ready to eat. But just kind of a super fun treat. I'll put those right there on the front. You guys can kind of drool over those. All right, where are we at here? 2 minutes. So we have just another couple of minutes. Let's look at some more questions. Geneva's a first timer. Welcome, Geneva. Let's see. Hello, Carol, first timer. Thanks, Shelly. I try to give great advice. I try just to do like advice and things that have helped me learn that I just want to share with you guys. Let's see. T. McGuire. Welcome to all the newbies. She's awesome in a budget. You know what? Okay, I love that. I've seen it a couple of times on here. I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 3 boys. My oldest son is now married. I have 2 boys in college. My youngest is still here at home. And, you know, life is expensive. And I love to eat flavorful, good foods. But I can't afford to go out to eat all the time. And I can't afford a lot of different things that way. But there's ways to make really good recipes on a budget. And I do them. So I try to focus on easy to make recipes for busy families using common ingredients. So not the specialty ingredients that you're only going to use 1 teaspoon of and never use again, or ingredients that you've never heard of. A lot of times these ingredients are going to be right in your cupboard that you can just make almost instantly. You can just have. And that's what I try to focus on. And so I appreciate that you guys notice that because I'm just me and I'm just real to share with you guys. So that means a lot to me. Thank you. Carrie, first timer as well. Let's see. Peggy says, not too good in rice country of Arkansas. Nothing keeps the skeeters away. Okay, you're right. You know, the humidity sometimes that you guys have, that's kind of crazy. I can't do it. We live in a very, very dry climate. We don't have a lot of mosquitoes. Oh, Denise has a question. I do have a question off the topic about yogurt. All of the recipes I see, is it possible to make it fat-free? That's a great question. I use the Fairlight yogurt that's lactose-free. I've seen some use the blue Fairlight, which I believe the blue one is the fat-free one. So I believe it's possible. I have not tested it myself, though. So I'm not sure. Send me a DM. Ask me that same question, and I'll ask my other blogger friends, see if they know, to give you that answer. Let's see. Sammy says she enjoys this on the weekends. I'm glad you enjoy this on the weekends. Carol Ann says, I love your camera system. You know, it's so fun because we have the top down, we have the forward facing. I actually have sitting over here as well, not mic'd or not lifted up anywhere, but I have this camera, which is also kind of fun. And I can go like that. See how fun that is? I can get right down and personal so you guys can see, which is kind of cool. So it is kind of fun to have all the different camera angles to show you with this setup. Diane, welcome. You're from Canada. Sandy says she's a first timer. You guys, I'm never going to get through all these questions. I'll go back through and make sure I say hello. But I am Rebecca from devourdinner.com if you just joined in, so that you know who I am. And I come live every Sunday, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, doing a different recipe. And welcome. I am so appreciative to have you guys here and the love and support you give me. For those new ones, please press like on this video. Give this video a like. Give it a heart. If you share it, you get bonus points in my eyes. It helps me so, so much. Make sure to click on my links too. Okay, I've probably talked too much. This is now ready to be released, so I'm going to move it away from my computer. Can't imagine why. Now, to open the pressure valve, you can use your finger. A lot of people are scared of that. I understand. You can use a spoon, a spatula. You can use, if you got the ladle or the rice paddle that comes with some of the models, you can use the end of it. It has a little hook to open and close that valve. So we're just going to go ahead and press that forward and let the steam come out. Now, if for some reason this starts spitting up liquid, close it. Okay? Close it. Let it sit for another 30 seconds and then open it back up. That's called intermittent pressure release. So if it ever starts spitting, just close it and let it have a moment to release that pressure. Now, when we open this up, we're going to add our cream cheese. We're going to add our sun-dried tomatoes and some Parmesan cheese. Give it a stir. Kind of get everything stirred up, and then we're going to add our fresh spinach at the very end. The spinach then takes about a minute or two to kind of settle and just soften up, and I'll show you guys with the overhead camera so you can see how that works as well. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. Go Buckeyes. What is going on over here? Bridget says, my first time seeing you, looks delicious. Thank you, Lisa, for inviting me. Lisa, you're fabulous for inviting someone. And Bridget, welcome. We've got so many new faces today. I love it. It is just so fabulous. I can't even get through all these questions, you guys. I'm seeing first timers. You guys, I love it. Welcome. I hope you feel welcome here, and I hope you'll come back. Because I love answering all these questions and going live. We still have over 300 of you online still. Smash that button. It helps me out. What that does, some people wonder, why do bloggers or influencers say that? So on Facebook, there's a thing called an algorithm, and just like with Pinterest or Instagram. And when Facebook sees that people like content and they're liking it and they give it hearts, then Facebook says, hey, this is quality content, and we're going to let other people see this too. So it helps broaden our reach, which is a really, really big deal. And it's something simple that you can do for not only myself, but for any blogger who's out there, of just liking their stuff. It really makes a difference. Okay, the pin just dropped. We're going to open this up. Now, did you guys know that this little piece here fits right there and holds your lid? Did you know that? The cool thing about it is the inside of your lid has a lot of condensation on it. And so all that condensation now runs and will run to the back and fill in your little liquid container. Okay, so super cool. I'm going to pull it out of the way because I don't want to knock it. And we're just going to give the pasta a quick stir really fast. We're going to go top down so you guys can see what I'm doing right here. So we're giving it a stir. You can see all this liquid in the bottom still, right? That's going to be our sauce. So we're going to add our cream cheese. And this cream cheese is going to be super clumpy because it's warm, because it's been sitting out while I've been cooking. And then we're going to add sun-dried tomatoes as well. We'll stir this up so that that cream cheese can kind of melt. And then we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. Now, the trick with your Parmesan, you guys, don't throw it in all at once. Sprinkle it in and stir. Otherwise, it kind of goes clumpy before it melts. And I like to do, about 3/4 of a cup is what I like to do. So our cream cheese hasn't all melted in yet. As that melts in, it'll smooth out. It'll thicken as it cools. We're going to add just a little bit more cheese here. One more little pinch. There we go. So we're just going to stir. Now, this sauce will thicken as it cools. I had somebody message me the other day. They were in a panic on one of my recipes that has this same concept. And they're like, it just looks like soup. And I said, it's okay. Give it 10 minutes. Just give it 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, this is the nicest, thickest sauce ever. It's already starting to thicken up. Okay, we're going to take our spinach, and I know you guys want to see how this works. So we'll go top down again. So I just dump it in. Now for some of them, I have gone through and I've picked off the little stems because I don't like them. I haven't done it to all of them, but some of them that were a little thicker. Here, let's try this. There we go. Is that better? And we're just going to stir this in. Ooh, where are we at? There we go. And what you'll see happening is the spinach will break down and soften up in the process. I apparently can't hold a camera and stir at the same time, you guys. Okay. So we're just going to stir that in, and then what I like to do is just put the lid on top for just a second. Just to kind of trap some of that heat in for just a minute, so that spinach can soften right up all the way around. And then it's ready to eat. So during your process, you've seen here today, we've made a fun treat dessert, which are really setting up quite nicely, and a one-pot meal. We could be sitting down to the table literally super quick with your family, with those you love, for Valentine's Day. It's just so awesome. Such a fun, different drink or different recipe. You could obviously pair it with your favorite wine. I actually had Tuscan chicken while I was in Italy, and at a cute little kind of a bistro kind of thing, cafe. It was just fabulous. And it was so fun to have this recipe in Italy that I just had to come back and recreate something similar. And so I hope this is a recipe you guys will try and that you'll do all the way around. But let's see where we're at. Let's give this another stir. The longer you let it sit, the more broken down the spinach will be. So I'm going to grab a plate this up. I'm going to put this in a casserole dish so that we can just serve it up to the family. I do like to use these little silicone mitts to pull the liner out. Remember, the liner is hot, right? We've been cooking in it, so it's hot. Now, this sauce, if I would let it sit even another 5 minutes, will even thicken up even more. But we're just going to plate it up for the, there we go. Set that right in there. You can obviously sprinkle some more Parmesan on top. Serve it with your favorite French bread or garlic bread. I even love to roast up garlic and have some oil and some balsamic to dip it in as well. And you will have just a delicious recipe. Now, who wants to see up close? Let's do this one. There we go. Look at how beautiful that is. Is that not beautiful? And the sauce is thickening up. Right, nice. so it's just fun. Again, here is our dipped Valentine Oreos with 2 different kinds of sprinkles on top, which are super, super fun all the way around. All right, you guys, that's my recipe for today. Seriously, I'm tickled. I can't wait to go through all of these messages that you guys have been filling up the feed with. So fun. Those of you who are still here, if you haven't liked this video, give it a heart, give it a thumbs up. It means the world to me. And of course, sharing the videos. Last week we had the record number of shares. It was crazy. And I so appreciate it. So with that, I will come on here and I'll go through these questions that haven't been answered to let you guys know what those are. I apologize that I cannot answer every question while I'm live sometimes because it gets a little crazy. But I love that you're here. I love that you're telling your friends and that you're coming back. It's awesome. So with that, you guys, I want you to have a fantastic Valentine's Day, a fantastic Valentine's week. Do small and simple things for those people that you love and that you care about, because really it doesn't have to be big and fancy. Just remember people, bring a smile to their face. It really does make a huge difference. I know it does for me. And you guys being here is really that small and simple thing. Kind of cheesy, I know, but it's true. All right, you guys, with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Let's see, I'll scroll to the bottom of these because I know sometimes there's some last minute jump-ons. Carol Ann says, thank you, Rebecca. Oh, yeah, let's see. Connie says, can we print the recipes on your Facebook page? So if on the Facebook page, you can click the link, which will take you to my website, and you can print from there. Those are printed for personal use, of course. Amy, you are welcome. Gail, you're welcome. Actually, thank you to Amy and Gail and Sherry and everyone else who's answering questions and inviting people. It really makes a difference. Terry, you're welcome. Lisa, Susan, Sandra, Diane. Oh my gosh, I wish we could do a great big group hug. And I hope some days when I get to travel some more that I can do something fun in cities and meet some of you guys, because that would just mean a lot to me. To do a meet and greet in locations and stuff. But I could stay on here forever. You guys are like awesome. You guys build me up. Hey, Dustin, how are you? Hey, Hannah. Hannah, are you using your new pressure cooker? Girl, we got to get you using it. All right, you guys. I appreciate you so much. So grateful for you. You guys have an awesome week. Be safe. Be kind to one another. But most importantly, be kind to yourself. It's a rough world out there, and far too often we fail to remember to be kind to ourselves. So take a deep breath, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a warm hug, and let yourself know that you're doing awesome. And share that love with others when you can. All right, you guys, I so appreciate you, love you, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next Sunday right here. Bye now.